Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. Oh, hold on just a second. Oops. Hang on. Wrong microphone. Give me 1 second. One, two. That's much better. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our daily get-together live here on Facebook every day of the week, 10:30 in the morning, where we look at headlines, comments, topics, ideas, suggestions, anything that we can get our hands on that can improve the quality of life that we enjoy here in Puerto Vallarta. It is always a pleasure to get together with you, and it is always fun to hear from new people that join us. If this is your case, please let us know by writing the word new in your comments. And if you have anything that is truly important that you wish to share during the broadcast, adding a letter Q at the beginning helps us be on the lookout for your very important question. If we don't get to it during the broadcast, we'll gladly tackle it afterwards. And doom, da-dum, bum, bim, bum, bum. Let us get started with our usual let's see who's in the house, because we always want to say hello to a few of our friends that are always here, like Claude. Good morning, Claude. It's great to see you. Brisas del Pacifico is here, thanks to Judy Bush. Let's see. Anaheim is in the house. Good morning, John. And let's see what else. Our favorite baker's in the house. Let's see. All kinds of good morning from the vaccine line in Aramara. Good girl, good call. It's great to know. Today we're going to talk a lot about the vaccine. In fact, we have a very special guest today. The COVID vaccine is going to talk to us about its experience poking elderly folks all over the city. Let's see. I mean, I'm hoping that he's out of makeup in time, because these vaccines can be complicated, but hopefully the vaccine is going to be easygoing. What do you mean easygoing? Of course I'm going to be easygoing. Okay. So we'll hear from COVID vaccine in a little while. Jesus, COVID vaccine seems to be itching to get into everybody's body. That's good to hear. Let's see who else is here. Trace is in the north end of the bay. Stephanie is not seeing comments. I am not entirely sure why. And Logan, we must be connected sisters or something, because this same thing happened to me yesterday. I started seeing photos of friends getting the vaccine and people that I know, and unexpectedly, I just became truly, truly happy to see that people that I know are getting the shot. And yes, that vaccine has been poking me all morning and is just itching to make some statements. But, we're very happy to have the vaccine as a guest today, and we'll see what that is all about in a little while. But first, let us get started with the news, which of course involve taking a look at the vaccination scene, what has been going on, et cetera, and something about those people that have been getting really frumpy online. And I don't know much about that because I've been missing some dialogues, but apparently some natives have been really restless. We also have news about tourism reactivation. And of course, Semana Santa is getting close, and local hotels and everybody's expectations are starting to begin wondering what it's going to look like. So let us start with the news section and take it from there. Well, as I mentioned just a second ago, the vaccines are out. They're being distributed, and 7,897 seniors received their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine yesterday out of an expected 21,450 vaccines to be applied during the next few days. Again, as I mentioned a second ago, I was browsing through Facebook yesterday and quite unexpectedly found myself feeling joy at seeing friends of mine and acquaintances getting the vaccine. This morning, I heard from my dear friend Paul, who was standing in line. He got to the hospital, the regional hospital, at 7 o'clock in the morning, and by 9:30, he had sent me a message. He had already been vaccinated. He went with my dear friend Guda Gabor. So they got there together, which I thought, what a great idea. If you are an English-speaking person and you're afraid of not having enough Spanish skills or whatever, just go with a friend that speaks better Spanish than you do and get vaccinated together. Friends that get vaccinated together become immune together. In a different report, I saw that everything seems to indicate that priority within the senior population, priority was given to the eldest of the elderly, along with those that rely on wheelchairs or canes or walkers to move about. Reports indicate that rather than being upset, other people waiting in line applauded the decision of letting these real older elderly folks getting the attention they deserve. This is so comforting to hear that despite the fact that I'm sure there's been chaos here, there, and everywhere, everybody is applauding these types of decisions. This vaccination round for seniors is scheduled to end on March 1st, although everything seems to indicate that it will be over earlier due to the favorable response from the population. Of course, not everything was rosy. The Morena political party took advantage of seniors waiting in line to proselytize, which is an activity that is both illegal and immoral. The last thing you want to do while you're waiting to get your vaccine is some stupid political party trying to convince you of voting this way or the other. However, this did not seem to stop these two people from these two individuals from trying to take advantage of the situation. And this is bound to happen because elections are coming up and things are going to continue to get dicey in that regard. And now, to answer some questions about the vaccine, we have the vaccine itself. Good morning, vaccine. Good morning. I'm sitting around waiting for more people because I want to prick everybody. Prick, prick, prick. Well, that's good to hear, vaccine, but please tell us, how is it going? Well, there are those people that love to complain and they're wondering why they have to wait so long. And there are those people that are complaining about the fact that there's no Wi-Fi while they wait and they cannot get their mani-pedis. But, vaccine, that is supposed to be one of those things in which the priority is health. Well, yes, but, there are these people that think that, heaven forbid, they should miss their bridge or their time on the beach to go get vaccinated. Crazy. I'm just ready to prick anybody that's in front of me. Well, vaccine, I really hope that the rest of your journey is successful, because we know that this is something that the government of Mexico is doing for everybody for free, right? Yes. And yet there are all these people that are actually, no need to complain anymore, vaccine. We're all going to keep our fingers crossed and make sure that everybody behaves as well as possible. And this is good to know. And thank you very much, vaccine, for joining us. Well, wait a second. I did not even get an applause or anything. Okay, here's your applause. Testy little fucking vaccine, let me tell you. I'm looking at your comments, and you guys are making me so happy because I'm seeing that you are getting your vaccines as well. Michal says, so well organized at IMSS 42, 10-minute walk on a whim that we might get it. 20 minutes later, it was done. Congratulations. See, this just makes my day. Just makes my day. Troy is also reporting from, again, Clinic 42, excuse me, which is the one right next to Plaza Caracol. Um, Thank you very much. This is so good to hear. Let's see, what else do we have? Watch out for lords, ladies, and common goofballs. Oh, we have some. We have a lady. We're gonna have a lady later on. And James is on my side. A good prick is always welcome. Oh, honey, can we talk? Um, can you go for a vaccine in Vallarta if you live in Nuevo? No, that is cheating. You are in Nuevo Vallarta. You are in Nayarit. You are waiting for your state to give you the vaccine. These are vaccines for the state of Jalisco, for people that live in Jalisco, and more specifically for seniors living in Jalisco. When they look at your papers and they say that and they see that you're living in Nuevo Vallarta, they're going to say you are in the wrong place. Moving right along with other headlines, we learn that, let's see, yes, here we go. Puerto Vallarta was mentioned again during President of Mexico, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador's morning press conference, as he showed optimism for the tourism reactivation of beach destinations in our country, such as Cancun, Los Cabos, and of course, Puerto Vallarta. He is hoping optimistically that if we combine the vaccination in the United States with the vaccination in Mexico, things are hopefully going to get better tourism wise by the summer. Of course, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, our president, forgets what summer weather is like here in Puerto Vallarta. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously, we're all hoping that as vaccinations continue to take place both in our country and north of the border, more people will feel confident about traveling and will get responsible travelers back here where we want to have them, of course. But what does this mean in practical terms? Well, actually, Governor Alfaro was in town yesterday during the beginning of our senior vaccination campaign and commented that there is an expectation that total reactivation will take place during Semana Santa. Apparently, he has been meeting with representatives of the hotel industry on a regular basis and continues to be optimistic. We know, though, as a fact, that a special protocol will be introduced during the 2-week vacation period, Semana Santa, but we will continue to be in the dark as far as to what that is going to look like until the government makes an announcement. Now, when can we expect the government of Jalisco to make a specific announcement? Well, hotels, we know, can operate at 66% capacity right now, and they keep their fingers crossed. Because in this other news item, we learned that Governor Alfaro indicated that Semana Santa strategy would be unveiled within 1 month with 1 month of anticipation. However, if you take into account that Semana Santa begins on March 28, this would mean by the book that Governor Alfaro would have to reveal our state's Semana Santa protocol by this coming Monday at the latest. Whether he does this or not is a mystery, as many of these things seem to be. We're just going to have to wait and see and be as patient as we can. Let me stop the news for a second to see some of your comments. Let's see. Ba-ding, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom. Poor whinies or winnies. I don't know. I'm going to read that as whinies. Yes, Dave, I've read that elsewhere on Facebook Landia. There's been a lot of turmoil with English-speaking folks and whether they can and they should and whether this and whether that and the other. And I am just grateful that, except for the occasional shit show, we are well behaved and civilized and happy people here at Coffee and Headlines. And we, of course, um, love it that way. Let's see. Karen is happy to meet you. Vaccine. Oh, baby, baby, let me poke you. Uh oh. Vaccine hasn't left the studio just yet. Uh, Too funny. I get a kick out of myself. See, this is how sad my life is. I sit around in the house and I make up these little characters. Let's see what else we have. Um, while waiting in line online, we were asked if we lived in Vallarta. Yeah, that's an obvious situation. Of course, um, Tony went to a clinic yesterday and turned around when he saw the immense line. Tony, I've read everything from 8 hour waits to 10-minute waits. You know, I don't know that I can tell you exactly what it's going to be like. But again, consider that this is something that is being provided to you. It's one day of the year. And we all have experience going to the bank. So just think you're having to go to the bank and it's just going to be a little bit more colorful. I'm not saying it's going to be fun, but hey, it is important and it is being provided. So we might as well be grateful for it. Uh, let's see. Congrats to Mexico for recognizing 60 plus, whereas the United States says it's 65. La, da, 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 da. Uh, Araceli hasn't seen me in a while. Yes, I haven't seen you in a long time, Cookie Lady. But I'm gonna leave some money for you at Hotel Mercurio so that you can send some cookies my way. Vaccine has a potty mouth. Well, what did you expect, Steve? Of course, Vaccine has a potty mouth. Let's see what else is going on. I think the whiny and nasty people complaining about vaccine waits are the same ones that whined about not getting into Costco or Walmart. You think? Don't get me started. Uh, Araceli, Paco, ¿nos puedes explicar esto? Gladly. Araceli, my friend, she is the local cookie lady. And I'm sorry, there's construction going on. So if it's a little noisy, maybe that's the vaccine trying to sabotage the broadcast. No, the neighbors must be drilling. Anyhow, oh, that's better. Cookie Lady makes some really wonderful cookies, and they're called pedos de monja, and that's really what they're called. And I can actually do the research and make a small presentation about pedos de monja. That's really the name of them. Jerry reports convention center was so well organized, kind, caring personnel, and lots of people getting along. It was impressive. Viva Mexico! You know, thank you, Jerry. Thank you. This is great news to hear. Stephanie had to wait 5 hours yesterday at IMSS in Palmar de Armada. I hope you brought a good book. You know, I would show up, and when it's my turn, I'll show up with my iPad loaded with Amazon movies or things and or Netflix or something. And, you know, it'll be what it has to be. You know, in fact, I was thinking this morning, if I have to go and wait in line early, it'll be Coffee and Headlines from the line, you know? You mean I get to appear on your show again? Quite possibly, Niddle Boy, Mr. Pricker. Anyhow, let me. What else? I am so scattered because of this needle that is just behaving in such a strange way. Let us take a break for the news and we continue with some more headlines. Okay, it must be a good day for construction because my next door neighbors are just building, building, building. But meanwhile, it is 25 degrees Celsius, feels like 26. It is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is at 38%, and the forecast for today is mostly cloudy through the day with a high temperature of 29, low temperature 19. Tomorrow, Saturday, we can expect a partly cloudy day with a high temperature 29, low temperature 18. And on Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy again, a high temperature of 30, low temperature 18. Sounds like good temperature to go out walking and start doing the walks for next week. And I have a good idea of where we're going to go. But of course, I'm not telling because it wouldn't be a surprise. Moving right along with our leisurely headlines, I was very, very happy to hear from my dear friend and local ceramist, Patricia Gall, who reached out to me yesterday to share news of an upcoming exhibition to take place at the Botanical Gardens featuring the work of six clay artists. The exhibition will be on display at the gardens from March 9th through April 11th, giving folks ample opportunity to view and enjoy the works on display. Needless to say, we will share the information about this exhibition in our show notes, which, as always, you can expect sometime after today's broadcast. We also learned that five high end restaurants in Puerto Vallarta and surrounding areas received a favorable nod in the sixth annual edition of Mexico's Guia Gastronómica, which is a fancy foodie guide of some renown. According to the organizers, restaurants that are featured are voted upon by a council of experts, and the restaurants chosen to be included in the guide are Café des Artistas, Icu, La Leche, Tintoque, Trio, and Jardín Nebulosa in San Sebastián del Oeste. Let me take a quick look at your latest comments before we move on to our last headline of the day. Let's see what we have. I love spending time with all Mexicans waiting with us. That's wonderful. Um, I am now intrigued by these cookies. The pedos de monja. Oh yes, I will be happy to report on pedos de monja. Raymond suggests watch Closure while in line. Oh, did I tell you I had a lovely conversation with my niece and her husband? We are definitely going to be doing a live Q&A here on Coffee and Headlines. Or actually, we're probably going to end up doing a special broadcast for this at a different time of day because, they are young parents. They have to also rely on the schedule of the nap time schedule of their kids. So we'll find out a suitable time by which we will all have watched the film and we will have very specific questions to answer. But one of the things that I was really happy to learn from my son-in-law Alex, who is the screenplay writer and the director of the film, I told him, one of the things that you could actually do, because they're very grateful that we're going to do all this press information here in town. And I said to him, one of the things that you could give back to our community is just inspiration because, we would like to see a reactivation of the local theater scene in English. In Spanish, it's been alive and well, let me tell you. But what I was telling him is, it would be so wonderful if you could talk about how theater communities in LA are looking at things from a different perspective and trying to continue to perform even when theaters are closed. And I was so happy to hear from him that a lot of theater companies are taking theater to parking lots, to alleys, to all kinds of unexpected places to continue to create and perform for other people as much as it is possible during the pandemic. So it'll be very inspiring to hear more about what is going on in other places, and hopefully local producers and creators will be equally inspired. Let me see what other comments we have. If you can be patient at the line in the bank, vaccine line is a breeze. Absolutely. Let's see what else. I think, oh, there we go. I wasn't paying complete attention. What are those cookies called? Pedo de monja? Yes, they are called monks, nuns fart. Yes, and this comes from cookies that were made in France that had the same name. And why exactly they're called this or that, it will be something that I'll have to research. But I'll be happy to do that. And the ones that Cookie Lady makes are absolutely delicious. Anyhow, moving on to our last headline, we haven't featured a local lord or lady in some time, and all of a sudden this one came about. And this is the lady that has decided to do graffiti on the subway trains What on earth could be going through her mind to tag a subway car in Mexico City and then verbally injure those that complained about her and continue going about her business? Beats the crap out of me. But this is, of course, Lady Raya Vagones, which literally translates to Lady Train Car Tagger. And of course, there is a video of her doing her deed if you want to learn more about her. Yes, there are some interesting characters down here. What can I tell you? Um, oh boy, it is so colorful trying to do the news while the next door neighbors are drilling and there's the beeping of a car trying to park outside. But thankfully, we are pretty much done with the broadcast today. I feel myself, yelling on top of all these other things that are going on. But this is what it is. This is what goes on when you're living in Mexico and you're working from home and you have the windows open and you get all the sounds of your neighborhood in. Um, if there is nothing else to discuss, I'm going to let you go with your own day and hope that you'll stay kind and hope that you'll stay happy and cheerful and inspired. And if you are scheduled to go and get your vaccine, just go do it. Some people may be feeling a little frightened. Find friends to go with. And if you're going to go by yourselves, just go, and stay kind, stay happy, stay optimistic. How great that some people are getting vaccinated. I find myself so happy about this that I cannot even contain myself. Okay, enough about me. Have a great day. Stay in touch, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Vaccine wants to make a final announcement. I want to prick everybody. Okay, fine. We'll all get our turn in time. Have a great day.